All right, what we're doing this week is we're asking students to be able to convert fractions with denominators of 10 or 100, convert those to decimals, and also convert decimals to back into fractions with denominators of tenths and hundreds. So what I did was drew a model of a couple of fractions that our kids are used to seeing. And from these, they should be able to, right now, they should be able to tell you that this over here is hundredths. And so the fraction would be, they would see two columns shaded in, and then they're counting 1, 2, 3, 4 individuals. So they should be able to tell you that that is 24 hundredths. And what we want to do with that is be able to put that into a fraction, into a decimal, sorry. It isn't a fraction. So one strategy that they show us is to make a place value chart. And so it kind of looks like this. And so we would have a column for whole numbers, which this would be the ones place. We would put a column in for the decimal point. This is the tenths place, and this is the hundredths place. And so if we look at that first fraction, we have 24 hundredths. We're going to have 0 ones. We don't have any wholes. We have a decimal point. I have 2 tenths and 4 hundredths. So we would read that as 24 hundredths as a fraction or as a decimal. A lot of times I know, and I do this too outside of this class, but a lot of people will call that 0.24. And so we want our kids to really understand that we would call that 24 hundredths of something. One strategy that we've been looking at is that students can relate these to money. So they should understand that 100 pennies make $1, one whole dollar. And so this would be the same as saying I have 24 cents or 24 pennies or 2 dimes and 4 pennies. But money kind of helps them understand the relationship between decimals and these fractions. If we look at this other fraction model, we have, this is 3 parts shaded. There's 10 altogether, so this is 3 tenths. And so in our place value chart, we don't have any ones. We would have our decimal point, and we have 3 tenths. And we don't need to put anything in the hundredths place. But if we do, it wouldn't be wrong, but we would read it as 30 hundredths instead of just 3 tenths. But they are worth the same amount. So this is the main strategy that we're using to write decimals. The other big thing is trying to be able to read these decimals and how we read them, so tenths and hundredths, so 3 tenths or 24 hundredths or 30 hundredths. Relating them to money is a good strategy. Also, if we have a number line, they should be able to put a fraction. So if I just drew a number line in, they should be able to tell me that if here on the number line was 0, that if this was 5 tenths, they should be able to tell me that that is also written as 5 tenths as a decimal. And so they should be able to do all of the tenths and maybe also some hundredths as well. So the big focus this week is converting decimals to fractions and fractions back to decimals, but also how do we read them. And so this is how we're working on it this week, and hopefully this video helps with the homework coming home.